So my name is Pierre. I'm from France. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ED Group Korea and the co-founder of Donum Solis Wine House. Yeah, so I grew up in a small town in southwest of France named La Cotiniere. It's on the island of Oléron. I was born in Korea and I have been adopted by a French family when I was age of 6 months, so I was a young baby. I never had any real connections with Korea or even Asia before I was a teenager, because the hometown where I grew up is really small town. Everybody knows each other, and it's really close-knitted community. So when you grow up in this kind of environment, you don't really care and you're not really aware of the outside world. You don't care about people living the other city, so people living from the other side of the world, it doesn't really matter. And when I moved out to a bigger city to go to high school, because I had to, on the island there was no high school, at least where I could study what I wanted to study. I discovered that actually there were different people, people who of course have different origins, but also people who have different understanding of what is to be French, what is to be part of a community and so on. And I started to realize with the questions they were asking that maybe I was different for all my young age. With my brother, we never thought we were different. And when I was looking at the mirror, I was seeing myself as me. And I got the opportunity to get in connections with Koreans, but not in Lyon. Actually, I was doing a summer job. I was cleaning the showers and the toilets, so it's not like a really fancy job. And one lady approached me and asked me in Korean, at the time I didn't know it was Korean, if I was Korean. And I was really surprised, and she asked me again, but in English. And I say, yeah, I'm from Korea. And she said, oh, I am too, and that's really interesting to go so far. And at the beginning, I did not really understood what she meant by to go so far and everything. She told me, oh, at lunch, you should have lunch with us, with my family. Come, please come. So I came and I discovered that actually all her family, they were Koreans, but not Koreans from Korea, Koreans from Germany, where I met my friend Eun Young, who's working now in the German parliamentary. And I discovered that was the first introduction to the Korean culture. So after I got my graduations in university in Lyon, I got opportunity to come to Korea to do a job. It was not my first time in Korea. I came in 2002 for an internship, and then after graduation, I had the opportunity to come to work with the Korean Army in the Korean Army school. Despite being foreign instructor, at the opposite of all the other foreign instructors, or Russian, Spanish, German, the treatment by the head of the school, who was colonel, was a bit different with me. So he was always really nice and really warm with the other foreign instructors. And to me, it was like really dry, really cold, really harsh, sometimes talking to me. And I did not understand why. I thought that maybe just don't like me. And then after a few weeks, the main instructor, so the head of department where I was working, took me aside and explained to me that because I look like Korean, he expects me to behave like a Korean. He doesn't know my personal history. I realized that's really, really harsh. You must align yourself really quickly without thinking about following the orders, not because it's army, but because it's also the Korean culture. So I thought this really interesting, That's not something I was used to. Even in French army, I thought, okay, why not? So I did this job for 3 years, and when the school moved out, I had to choose to follow the school or to find another job. And at this time, a friend offered me to work with him in the tourism business. But I told him, I know nothing about tourism. I never did tourism. I don't know how to work, but I don't know marketing. I don't know finance. I don't know nothing. And he told me, it's okay, because in Korea, at the opposite of France, where if you work in travel agency, you must be graduated from tourism industry, hospitality business, or whatever, but you must graduate. Here in Korea, it's okay, it doesn't matter. You can start, learn, and you will improve from this. So I thought it could be a nice challenge. I should do it. It could be interesting. I talked to different people, and they told me, maybe you should try to run your own business. It's difficult, it's a challenge, but Korea offers a lot of opportunities for this, because at the opposite of France, for example, you have low corporate taxes, at least at the beginning. To create a company takes like 15 minutes. You just sign the papers. If you have all the papers you need, it takes 15 minutes. Opening bank accounts is done like this. In France, it would take like 6 months, and you will pay like 5,000 euro of taxes, even if you start even before you're starting your business and everything is really long, and you want to have a place, you need to have a contract. If you have a contract, you need to have a license, and so it's really, really heavy. Here is really light, so just use it for creating your business. Through my friends I have studied and who went everywhere in the world, their requests were kind of framed in the VIP style. So I thought I had some VIP clients when I was working in the travel agency, but it was like really marginal. Actually, in Korea, there is no real VIP services. Yes, you have services for stars, but it's not really VIP. It's just like high quality, but it's not VIP. We need to provide something that is different, something that is not only exclusive, but that is specifically tailor-made for every different person who came to Korea, and she visited as a VIP Korea. But what she did was no different than any other travelers, except they had bodyguards and they had a nice car and everything. But it was not VIP for me. It was just like special treatment for a star, but nothing VIP. After studying the market, we realized that actually no one was providing these kind of services. And we decided to create our company, which is named ED Group, which is Experienced Designers, following this idea. The personal experience is the pivotal core of every VIP journey that we will make. Not because these people, they are only looking for something that is special, but because these people, they want something that is matching them. They don't go to places like everybody goes, they don't go to Everland. They don't go to places crowded with a lot of people. They want to have something that is special, but in the same time, they want also to discover the Korean core of the Korean culture. What is Korea and everything, because it's not really well known. So the real balance for us, the real challenge was to showcase the Korean culture with the most exclusive experiences they can get. So we have worked really hard to open this place. We chose the name Donum Solis because we needed to find a name that is making everybody understanding it. In Korean, in Russian, and in French, which is not easy because every time you find a name that matches two, the third language, it doesn't match. We had limited budget. So we thought that we needed to find a way to realize this project without going over the budget. And we thought we need to do parts by ourselves, not only because we don't have the budget, but also because we need to put part of ourselves in this project, because we do it together. It's not just my project or her project or just a project. It is kind of lifetime creation, you know, that we want to see thriving and to have people to come and to enjoy. That's the most important. They come and enjoy and they're happy. The best thing we could see is having like people happy and laughing and having good time in our play. And for us, it is a project that will hopefully allow Anna to stop her job and to move to this business only and to really take care of all the guests. But for me, this project is a way to give us something that we can do before we in the family life. We don't have kids yet, we're not married yet, and we thought we should make this project happen before we have kids or financial pressure, because if you start business when you have this pressure, you're not at peace when you do it. Should we fail or succeed, it doesn't matter. The result is we do something together and we enjoy it, we have fun, and we hope that we can share this fun with all the guests we will have. We can have thematic nights, like Spanish night, for example, where you have only Spanish wine, you have a Spanish music, artist, and stuff like this, wine education, wine tasting, you know, all these kind of activities that bring life to a place. And for the future, luckily, I hope we can realize all these things and make it like a place that is warm and welcoming for people to be happy and enjoy a good glass of wine. So this was my story by Foreign Heroes. Thank you very much for listening to it, and stay tuned, more to come on their channel. Cheers.